Greetings everyone locked on. Welcome to Interview Time. Two producers right out of Trinidad and Tobago to Toronto and to the rest of the world. And I'm just playing started off with one of their songs, so you can hear the type of music and they will chat with you. Together I have a co-host, Nicole, Ceasar. And the producers, they will both introduce themselves very soon. Oh yes, and greetings to the producers. Producer 1, producer 2, you all can identify yourself.
Well, I don't know which producer was. So GQ, you go first. So, okay, well, especially good night to the entire world. Toronto and the entire world. My name is Gideon Kwashi. Everybody knows me as GQ. That's how the name came about. The GQ thing came about because it's my initials. And I'm from Trinidad. And yes, I'm a producer / DJ / song engineer.
Okay. Producer 2.
So many other classes that you not mentioned.
Yeah, we will talk about that very soon. And producer 2. Producer 2, introduce yourself now.
Okay, so my name is Christopher Morris. I simply go by the name Chris Morris. And I also am from Trinidad, Trinidad and Tobago. And, I am a songwriter, producer, also a singer as well too. So, more or less, that's the basics where I am concerned. Good night to Toronto and the entire world.
And you miss out one of the main thing now, Oh, he is also the CEO of
oh, sorry. Yes.
Our culture, our vibes.
Our culture radio.
Yes.
Yes, our culture radio.
Yes, and it's 24/7. Okay, where you hear all type of music. So again, welcome here. I welcome both of you. And it has been a long time I've been trying to do this, right? What I need to know, how long both of you have been working together as producers?
Yeah. Well, you are going to take that one.
Well, let me see. I did some work with Chris before even knowing him. I remember one of the artists I have some working with. I did a song by him. And, they brought it by me to mix. And I think we spoke on the phone at the time. That was a couple years ago.
On the phone at that time.
Yeah. And then just last year, Impulse, one of our artists, because he works with me, works with Chris, and they did a rhythm. And of course, Impulse just insists that I do the mix and mastering for his songs now. So I ended up doing the project, and that is how I met Chris. That's how I met Chris. Impulse brought him down by DJ. Well, I should say my DJ boss, because I'm also a part of a song system called RFC Song System. So we had a little line there, and that was the first time I met Chris. That was last year. So we just kind of like it's about a year, but strange enough, it's only about a year, but it seems as though I and Chris, like, we know each other for about 20 years. Because the first time we met is like I don't know, it's one of those kind of things where we just connect. We just connect in a different kind of way, so it doesn't feel like a 1 year friendship or 1 year that we know each other in person, Yeah,
the thing is, how do you know? That is the question I was going to ask. after. They call that real vibes.
Oh my God.
And just listening to GQ saying that, it make me realize for the first time it's only a year I and GQ really have.
I'm telling you.
As GQ now saying, GQ come like my go-to guy. We just talk every single day. GQ have many hats. Apart from being a producer, musician, engineer, he's a graphic artist. He's a graphic artist too as well.
Really?
Yeah.
That's right.
GQ come like the first. In my eyes, GQ come like the end of it all. Anything you want concerning music, you could talk to GQ.
Right.
So with that, you find is like, if I have any problem in the studio, the first person my mind will run to is GQ, to call GQ. We also get a website for our culture. I also say that GQ is the person who designed and built the website for our culture radio.
Which is very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Simple and beautiful.
It's beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, Nicole, you could ask any little question or two.
Yeah, actually, GQ and Chris, good night.
Good night again.
That was one of the questions I really wanted to find out briefly. For you both to describe briefly on, how it is working together on musical projects. GQ give a very interesting musical background, and Chris definitely has a very interesting one. So your work style and overseeing even simple recordings of projects. Working together, you said earlier that you feel like you know each other 3 years, but how is it working together basically?
Well, I could think that working with Chris is like, okay, we both specialize in different aspects in the music. Chris is a prolific songwriter, cut awardee. Chris songwriting is Chris Morris. When I met Chris and we started to talk and I actually interviewed him at time on the radio, and then I realized how much songs that Chris wrote, because like I said, I am also a DJ. I see what all these songs that Chris writes like for almost all the hit songs, and people like Scott and Crazy and it go on and on and on, the list go on and on. So songwriting is his thing. Me, I can't write to save my life. But if you sing a melody, then I could create the music for it. And my passion is really mixing and mastering. I like production, yes. I've done several productions, but like I really love to mix and master. I like to take a raw material and make it sound nice, So I wouldn't get into Chris' space and try to write. And because we connect now is because everything that Chris do, everything, it could be free, it could be what? I say, Chris, whatever project you have, send it for me. Yeah. So we will maintain that song, that SOUND, So this is how we work together. We really work together in how nobody doesn't come over our next person's space.
Okay, so here I will ask you now. So do you mix and master all type of music, or is it only in the soca calypso soca field?
No, anything.
Okay.
Actually, I was doing some work with earlier this year with Pivotal Production, and that's a company from Canada.
Okay.
And they do the R&B stuff and the new wave kind of stuff, and I still work with them, mixing and mastering. Right now, I also master I do only mastering for one of the top chutney producers in the country. That's Rishi Gayadeen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not it's the real traditional Indian songs, so because like Diwali time, I master a whole album of the authentic, original Indian songs, East
Yeah.
Indian songs. I think I can mix and master it. I did some work for Jamaicans also. Do some mixing and mastering for them. So it's across the board.
Yeah, why I asked
Right.
this question, there was a producer who does lots of R&B production who is in love with calypso and soca music out there
Right.
in the USA where I do a mix. Like twice for the week, Wednesdays and Saturdays, where I do straight calypso soca music down in Minnesota. And when she saw the flyer, she said, I need to hear these guys and I need to get this recorded to play down in the US. So I'm glad you say that's why I asked that question. So they
Okay.
will know that you mix for everyone because maybe they need they need someone to engineer the music also.
Okay.
Yes, no, and back to Chris now. Um,
Yes.
Chris, how long have you started writing not writing, you have been writing for years. How long have you started singing, being an artist for yourself now?
Well, that would have been, I'll say, like in about 2005 is when I used to be doing singing before, but the first time I really sang professional in a calypso tent would have been in 2005.
Okay, what was
And
that song?
so from that time to now, yes.
What was the name of that song? Or what is the name of that calypso?
That song was, the name of that was Robin. Now I have a little story about that, right? I had to big up a friend of mine by the name of Sheldon Nugget who wrote that song.
Okay.
Because during that time, I was writing a lot of hit songs, but I couldn't sing my songs good. Because I always hear in melodious music, but I really don't have the focus to carry those kind of melodies on them, So
Yeah.
I end up actually, so I went to an audition in the Calypso Tents about 3 years and not getting picked. And I end up dreaming at night to sing somebody's song. And let somebody else write a song for me. So I end up calling this friend of mine named Sheldon Nugget. And I say, Sheldon boy, I want a song. I want to go on audition with a song from somebody else. So he started to laugh at because he knows I'm a good writer. He said, well, Chris, you want a song? I say, yeah, boy, I want to try singing a song that someone else would have write, And Sheldon does write fast too. So I talk to Sheldon in the morning, probably by the evening, Sheldon he had it down. And when I went and checked him and take the song and I started to learn the song, and I went in the audition, it mashed up the place and I ended up getting through, And the thing about the song, because Sheldon is a real clever writer with them things, Sheldon can write humor without smut, which is something I cannot do to this day. If I have to write a little bit humor, I go and smoke in it. Because like it's only in a smutty area, the humor has come to me. But Sheldon has the ability to write humor without smut, and I just really admire that.
Right.
So he writes about this man who went up Lavontil, and I originally come from between Mova and Lavontil. So the whole area was clear to me. And how this man go up Lavontil Hill by a spring because he damaged his foot and to get his foot rubbed. But they saying it of a man up on that side was, the old time days when your foot swell, go by a person, well, they call them as a car practitioner now. For a long time, they didn't have that nice name. You go by the man to rub your foot. But instead of reaching the man to rub your foot, them bandits and them rob the man. So that was so well about.
Oh my God.
So he's saying that is not the rub I was looking for.
Yes, Chris, that's why you had to go by Sheldon.
Yeah, Sheldon real creative with them things.
Oh my gosh. Because I wanted to ask you, along a writer, along that perspective, when you're writing, I've always admired you. When you're writing, what really inspires you? What gives you that inspiration to create a good song as a writer?
Well, the thing about it for me is, ever since I know myself as a little child, I always making up songs. But I honestly thought that everybody used to do that. I didn't know it was nothing special, and really and truly is because I grew up around reggae music. In more reggae songs I used to be making up, and for instance, I going to school, and then when I was like in about 24, 25 around there, I had a friend who ended up asking me to write a song for her. She was working in the bank back in them days. They used to call that bank NCB, which is now First Citizen.
Yeah.
And from that I say, all right, I will try my hand at a calypso, and that is the first time I ever write a calypso, and she comes second in the bank competition with it.
Wow.
Yeah, so from there I start getting into the music and realize that the writing is a gift. But in answering Nicole's question, writing is such a joy and a natural thing for me. Is if I want to write a song, I can just go and write a song. It'll just happen like that.
Well, I know that because the way you put the lyrics together, when I listen to some of the songs that you right, I say yes, and they are all stories,
Yeah, it's a beautiful gift.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful gift.
Yes, so back to GQ. GQ, did you ever, so you never even tried to write something else and let Chris finish it?
Not really. I write it for me.
He was like, no.
No, I just make joke and I just sell artists and I say, what, I go and write and sing my own song, because I mean, I can play the music, but no. I don't know. You see, I produce a different kind of musical gift I have, because even to build a rhythm from scratch, it's really hard for me. But once I hear a melody, everything does come. So like some producers could just sit down behind a computer and a keyboard and they'll build, a rhythm.
Yeah.
I very, very, very few rhythms I do like that. Most of the time, I'll tell people, but these days we have WhatsApp, so I say, send a voice note, just sing a verse and chorus and send from there, and then from there, it's easy.
Yeah, because I've been listening to some of the songs that you engineered, and when I listen, okay, I write and I write myself. I compose. I cannot play anything more than clap my hands, but I can go to the studio and say, I need this bass line, that drum pattern, all of that.
Right.
So no, when I listen to the production, those finished production, and I say, but the soca grooving, the calypso grooving. So that is when music is really good. Not you're not just mixing and mastering. You're grooving. You have a special groove to the music.
Right.
So that's how I know. For time I hear these songs and I say, Chris, who do the song? GQ. I say, well, who is GQ? He say, yeah, that's my Brett, my partner or something. Who does do the music? And I say, all these music are really big. So right now I'm doing the Ceasar rhythm, and you see that that parang gone clear this first day I play it. And so
Right.
yes, so that's how I identify.
Two princesses. And what GQ say, one of the things that really make I and GQ a real good team in my eyes is what GQ say he don't like to do is what I like to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the starter. I like to start, but I don't be comfortable with my finishing product. And I love how I could start something and send it to GQ and GQ could just carry it to our next level.
Yeah.
So that really bring a nice strength in what we're doing.
Okay, so what
I
I'm
want to
I
ask,
think
I want to ask GQ and Chris, seeing that you guys talking about this part, what was the most challenging project you guys actually ever worked on together? And even though you may have a deadline and you're under this pressure, where do you find the what do you call it? I want to say inspiration again, but where do you find that extra to when you're working under deadlines or something like that? When you have these challenging projects, how do you like motivate yourself? Because I'm sure some artists, especially the big ones, they come and they may need it at a certain time to release at a certain time. So, I mean, what is the most challenging project you ever worked on?
Well, I could get into that in saying because our team started up more or less into the pandemic time, the work hasn't been that flowing in that great demand to reach in that position as yet.
true.
Yes, because right now during the pandemic, people work running, but everybody at a comfortable pace because it ain't have wasa fet and fire fet and license fet. The normal thing that has excited Trinidadians. it what that going on right now.
Yeah.
Yes, and what people don't understand as musicians, some people sing, some people write song, or they want the song now. You give them a now song, they just get a now thing. People don't understand how much work the producer, the engineer have to put in by listening. So anything that is rushed will never sound good. So this is because you're taking time and listening and making sure you master what you're doing. The music sounds so great because even the parang music, the parang rhythm you have here, that is not only for now. That music going straight into the next year. So I don't even think this should stop. This could go straight into the Calypso season, Easter, everything, like a whole year parang because of the way it is done. The melody is so nice.
Also talking about that rhythm too, I want to big up Andre Davis coming out of Tobago. He play keyboards and he play on both Ceasar and the parang rhythm.
Okay.
He does also add a nice flavor to the thing as well too. So big up Tobago in the house, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if that my family. I wonder if that my family. I'm a Davis.
Oh gosh, that was your family. I don't know your family name on a piece of paper.
Yes, what I'm going to...
I agree with Princess. I really agree with Princess when she said, better you take your time and do your stuff because whatever you put out there is representing your work.
Yes.
So it come like you're putting a label, a brand. So it must maintain a quality. So so that's something
right.
very good that Princess brought up.
Of course, because when
and I like to work with artists that not in a rush.
Right.
Because a song I did recently is a remix of Dennis Brown, one of Dennis Brown's songs. It was Diamond, Deborah, and 3 other artists on it. Revolution. She loved Dennis Brown, right? So she wanted to do something attributed to Dennis Brown. And they came and they put on the vocals, and I took probably about 2 months to finish that. And she never rushed me,
Yeah.
Listening, so because I wanted it to be so different that I'll work on it and then I'll just let it rest for a couple of days and then come back and work on it again until I get what I'm really looking for, And other artists, they just want their song now, like and oh boy.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you give them no.
Challenge, just talking about challenge. You want the song one time.
Yeah. So when they want a no song, you mark no on it. So when anything wrong, they can't say you put I want no. So go and sing your no song, Yeah. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to pull up the music, let people listen to the Ceasar rhythm, some of the songs. Then we'll go into the parang session. Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Carnival is 2 months this year. 2 months. Carnival is 2 months this year. Hey, only realize Carnival is the 20th of February and the 1st of March. 2 months in 2 months. But some people just get you whole thing wrong. Let me tell you something. Wherever it swing, it hang. If you feel you fit, you fit. Or you fit, you fit. Yeah, this now. Story time. My grandpa and granny getting up real early. My grandpa and granny, if you see them early, they say they building stamina, running around the savannah. They say this year carnival will be plenty back and now 2 months. Carnival is 2 months. This year is 2 months. Carnival is 2 months. This year, starting in February, ending up in March. TNT going down in history. Don't have stamina, you crash. 2 months. Carnival in 2 months. This year is 2 months. Carnival is 2 months. This year, we jamming conditionally, whining conditionally, jumping conditionally, and waving conditionally. It's 2 months. Carnival is 2 months. This year is 2 months. Carnival is 2 months. This year, Grandpa Bush, Granny Ingrid, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's not what I mean. It's just the 28th of February and the 1st of March. We're only going with 2 months going. All you do, oh Lordy. Granny and Grandpa building stamina. Granny and Grandpa, they asked me to come over. If you don't have energy, you will burn out quickly. Prepare for the arrival. It's 2 months back and 2 months. Carnival is 2 months. This year, 2 months. Carnival is 2 months. This year, we jumping in February and winding down in March. We going down in history. Don't have stamina, you crash. 2 months. Carnival is 2 months. This year, 2 months. Carnival is 2 months. This year, and the 1st of March. 2 months in 2 months. But some people just get you whole thing wrong. Let me tell you something. Wherever it swing, it hang. If you feel you fit, you fit. Or you fit, you fit. Yeah, this now. Story time. My grandpa and granny getting up real early. My grandpa and granny, if you see them early, early, they say they building stamina, running around the savannah. They say this year carnival will be plenty back and now 2 months. Carnival is 2 months. This year is 2 months. Carnival is
Yes,
2
I'm playing
months. This
back
year,
on the line, back on the line.
starting in
This rhythm is
February.
called the
Eh?
Ceasar rhythm. And I would like to know how you all came about this rhythm.
I will let Chris start.
All right. All right. So I want to again send out big shout outs to the person who started this rhythm is actually a medical doctor who is a really close friend of mine, like how I had GQ is, named Dr. Anu Inal Singh.
Okay.
And I believe Princess and Nicole will remember it had a soca band long time called Ruction.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I say. I know, yeah.
Right, well, Dr. Inal Singh was the owner of that band, and he also is a musician playing keyboard, guitars, you know. So we have something where he always, every time he build a rhythm, he go send it to me, put a vibe on it and write a little song, you know, and this rhythm really stand out to me. And once yet when Impulse come by me, and I put it on for Impulse to hear, and Impulse going off on it one time and he say, Chris, this rhythm real bad. So I said, well, all right, we will actually carry this rhythm to our production. And I send it by the maestro himself who we're speaking to right now. So I didn't have no musical influence on this rhythm other than writing and singing. But I'll let GQ talk about from the production side.
Yes, and the name, how the name came about.
That
Oh
GQ.
well, yeah. Well, I could take that. When I got it, he had it was a typical calypso beat. It was really nice, eh? Really nice. But I was saying because I like Afrobeat and I like kazumba. I like that kind of music. I was hearing that feeler. So I changed up the drum pattern and did just a couple of elements and we bring in more of that kind of Latin kind of thing. And then we sent it to Andre. And we sent it to Prince Unique to record. And he let his producer, Andre, put in the keyboards that I was hearing, but I didn't want to change up the rhythm too much. I would not be able to play it like him. But I was hearing a keyboard like that. So like when he sent back that keyboard, I said, wow, that's exactly what I was thinking about doing. And because it's calypso, because Buffy and Impulse singing basically calypso, if you listen to the song, it's calypso. The beat is a little bit salsa kind of thing, have that salsa finish. And of course, well, soca. And that is how I came up with the name Kai Salsa.
Nice.
Kai, and that's how the name came about, Kai Salsa rhythm.
So it's a mixture of calypso and Spanish, Latin music, Latin flavor.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love the keyboards. That's the first thing that I picked up on because, I'm into Latin and stuff. And that Montuno style on that keyboard, that was authentic.
Fantastic job, fantastic. I was hearing something like that, but I could not do that. So I'm glad you did it.
Now, because of the calypso soca music, right? Sometimes there's producers like from up here who not accustomed with this type of music because how should I say? I took my soca song. Well, it's a mixture of soca, raga, everything, and went to this producer and engineer. And when I started with the melody, and he tried, he followed what I did. When time for the guitar pattern, the guitar was completely wrong, and I said no. I said this is soca. He turned on calypso soca. Just so I told him. He said but calypso and soca is the hardest set of music to play. That guitar is so fast, So then he turned and say, it's the most technical music for anyone to do. Did you see the calypso or soca music as that, in that genre as having, being the most technical songs to do? Because that's what the producer said. The engineer, that's what he said.
Well, not for me. I mean, I remember I born in Trinidad. I born grew up, and
a cultural vibe.
Yeah, because I in my DJ days, I will play anywhere, and I must have a soca set. I love soca too. I love playing soca. I love mixing soca more than anything else. So soca for me is like easy to do, and I think with me producing, like I said, and that's why if I hear a melody, I can just produce something easy because of the fact that the years of DJing is over 35 years as I've been DJing,
Okay.
And I remember even when I was younger and like going to run, and I'll be running, you keep a rhythm, but you will not sing anybody else's song. I'll be like always creating something. Well, in them days was disco. It'll be like and it's always something original. I didn't know I had to get a producer anytime. But anytime I'll be running, and the timing of my running, I'll be thinking of a different song every single time. And it's just afterwards then I realized, well, I had this gift for producing, I could produce. But again, for the soca thing, it's easy for us. Soca and reggae. I learned reggae from Jamaica. Jamaicans taught me how to do reggae the right way, you know. And yeah, so if I do a reggae, I remember doing a reggae working with a producer, a Jamaican producer in Trinidad. And when I came to him, he said, "Yeah, man, that sound like it come from my yard, man." You know, it sound like it come from Jamaica, you know, because I understand. I like reggae. Again, because I DJ and then they taught me the little secrets of how to really do a reggae song to make it sound authentic.
Okay, so now I can challenge you here. I wrote a reggae song that people that I wrote a reggae song that strangely some Jamaicans asking me to buy it because they say it's the strangest reggae they have ever heard. Producers asking me. Now the melody, everything was by me. I did it on my keyboard here with 2 fingers. And I went to the studio and from the horn line to everything. Chris played it already called Something Happened. People have been begging me for this song over and over. And I just have it there, you know, making some cobweb for Christmas. You know, so, and I'm going to challenge you on that song, okay? So sending it to you to hear what you can do over it. Listen.
Send it.
Yeah, because and strangely, the artist who they asking me to give that song is top artist. Because they said the way the song is structured, the way I sing it, and the writing, very simple. It's more in a gospel uplifting zone, you know. As I say, Chris heard it. Chris know it. It's called Something Happened. Yeah. So
GQ, have you ever produced any songs for a parang band? Because you know that's a little challenging.
Coming soon. Don't even speak. Don't speak about it. Don't speak about it as yet, okay? Just now we coming soon. We coming very soon. Very, very soon we coming with that. Okay, very, very soon. Very soon. So let me pull back up this and then listen a bit.
When she start to whine, you must move in easy and jump behind. Bust that wine, all is mine from 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 behind. Wine down low, let it go. Wine down so, let it flow.
Why this gone so fast? Oh, you are gonna talk now. My hand touched something and the speed it had anybody sing that they'll drop down and die. It's it's now corrected. So now it's corrected. Yes, this song, this Parang Party rhythm. From the first day I played this, I didn't even say from the time the first song went into the second song, I got messages from the US, Trinidad, and here in Toronto. And they want to know, what music is this? They said they had a ball enjoying this rhythm for this Christmas rhythm here. So,
Yes, ma'am.
again, who really think about this rhythm?
Yeah, who thought about it?
Who?
I have to get out of GQ.
Wow.
Well, okay. Well, Chris said that he wanted. Actually, this year I was going on breaks and saying I ain't going to do soca parang because I have a knack for soca parang, and I don't want to be labeled as a soca parang producer. So I said this year I ain't going to do nothing. But Chris said that he, to sing a song. I say, okay, Chris, here we go. You start it, and I'll finish it. I say, send a quattro loop for me, or send a quattro from one of your older recordings, or just get a quattro because I just need to hear a quattro to start to do a parang now.
Okay.
And that's what Chris said. He sent the quattro track, and I just cut it up into 2 chords because I could edit real good. And I built the rest of the music around it, and that's how it came about.
Right.
Justin, this
The line was different. I had a different bass line for the song, but impulse, because I didn't want it to go the traditional common bass now.
yeah.
So, but it was GQ, I need to hear to dance and swing the bass, and I argue with him. I say, no, I'm leaving it just so. But I personally, I just like to listen. I will say no, but then I'll sit down and I think, I say, okay, let me just do the traditional bass line. I mean, it was just traditional, because the bass line it's simple. I did it, and actually it had a better feel. And that is how, this is the end product here.
Well, I could tell you, when I played it song into song, as I get the review was so great that since I started playing every single day, I play them. Every Christmas show, it's Christmas time, I played all the songs. Because even the topic, the title of each song, they're matching so well on the rhythm, and it just makes you feel to go and go. I sit down here, and when I actually went to the gym. I was sweating because I could not stay easy with this rhythm. No, see, it is really, really good. And as I say, this rhythm now, it's come like an idea. This could go straight into the calypso or soca season, just with a slight different drum pattern, a little drum pattern, So you could change, you could use this part for the Christmas and you change the drum pattern into the soca, and trust me, gone clear.
Right.
Because this is what I get from the music, right? Because this is really good. And and then I hear different, not Trinidad, I can't say it's Trinidadian who tell them about the music. It's everybody. So it's not like this person from Trinidad say it. It's not like that, People who listen, they say, wow, from different islands. Right? So this is how good this is.
It is.
And also, and again, it's not. It also went to Andre again. That's Unique's producer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he also did his part in it. So, and I just enjoyed this trio here because it have nobody fighting for anybody's space.
Yeah.
So it's like what I can't think about, Andre does do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think about something, he will do it better than how I will, and that's what I like. So and through my years in music production, I always wanted a team like this, because other producers always think of themselves, and
Yes.
they're afraid to send files. They don't like to. Oh, Trinidad have it real bad. Yeah.
All about. All about. I'm out here. All about.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but this trio with myself, Chris, and Andre, yeah, it's very so it's not me. It's just like me, and like before, I will produce, mix, and master for myself, and and of course it was mastered by Carver Thompson. That's one of the teachers. That's one of the teachers. Carver taught me a lot in my production upbringing, because when he used to work by Kenny Phillips Studio.
Okay.
That's all. And when I finished that song, I sent for Carver, and Carver said, GQ, no, them big vocals had to fix. GQ, no. And he'll come down. He will leave for Uruguay and come down and work and help, and And when Carver told me, he said, GQ, I tried to mix and master my own songs, and when you master all my songs, and then from I see what yes, I reach. And so I really master all the cover songs. Some songs I do, I will master, but most, no, if I do a whole song, everything, I'll send it for cover to master. If I get a mixer project, well, I'll do it for myself. Even some I'll still send for him. And that is the kind of unity and relationship we have. So it's like Carver, Andre, Chris, and Doc. Nobody fighting for each other's peace. And if you sing anything off Carver's here, so that's how
Yeah.
I learned to fix vocals, because
Go ahead.
yeah, no, that was saying, that is why maybe I could work on vocals so good now, because he will hear a little semitone off or one word off his GQ that fix that.
Yeah.
So you just talk GQ, no.
Yeah.
Yes. So.
I really admire the stories and the relationships you have, and the respect that you guys have for each other, knowing what each can contribute to make everything better. So that's what I really like. I really do appreciate that. Yeah. You have a nice team, Chris and Nicole.
Yes. So now back to Chris. Chris, on this rhythm here, I was listening to one of the track, and I hear something about a duck, and I said, "Well, how they sound like Chris?" So I want to know. I really like to know the meaning of this duck. Where it's ducking from,
That's a big slang home in Trinidad here. So every time you want to get out of a situation with somebody, you think about that person, or you want to take part in something and say, boy, I go duck that seniors, me and neighbor then.
Yeah, almost you work. A ducking.
Yeah, that duck is a big talk in Trinidad. So I say, look, I think that this is real nice to put into our song. Because plenty of people will be able to relate to it.
Yeah, but that's if the amount of ladies name I hear ducking, I want to know what is that. All of ladies you ducking.
I don't put that on the impulse because I had working at this run me. And impulse, well, the voice you could be hearing during the song is impulse talking. And when impulse comes to the studio, impulse say, nah, boy, because we had to change up some of them little small ladies' name we had to have inside that day, boy. I must say some of the names and them. I have some of my friends and them taking it personal. I want to know. That's how they really
Well, I'm sure it doesn't have a Nicole so
No, Nicole Prince. Oh my God.
You see, but and generally speaking, you know, the song come out in the right time. You see it come out for Christmas, so you're ducking everybody. They have nothing together. You're ducking Wendy, you're ducking this.
Yes.
They're not.
Yeah. And then to go is, I find myself, I mixed that humor with the COVID situation because plenty people, the government always keep enforcing, you know, try to avoid too much gathering, too much people coming by here. So
Right.
it's a realistic thing that people could understand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
man. Yeah, duck from everybody.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
So,
I love it.
GQ,
Uh-huh.
if Chris write you a song, will you sing it? Will you at least try?
Listen to this voice. Does this sound like a singing voice?
Well, okay. Let. Oh, okay. If Chris write you a song, would you talk part of the song and Chris sing the rest?
Well, maybe. Because remember, if I sing a song, it has to pass through Mr. Carver Thompson.
Yes.
You understand? So that would be like, and then he'll come down here and make sure that I sing every note for note. Carver is not the person, okay, like I will be producing somebody and they're not so hot in the vocals and I will just say, okay, sing software. With software. With Carver, you have to sing the actual note. You know what you're fixing. You have to sing.
Yeah, not in
I will
KFW.
That's
Not
right.
in KFW.
So that song for me might take about 6 years to finish.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so no, Chris, you have been writing for so many years. Can you name some of those artists with those hits that you produced down in Trinidad and Tobago? And if other...
Yes, well, the first hit song, actually the first time I ever had a song recorded, it was sung by Kurt Allen, and that would have been Sexy Body.
Really?
Wow, that was a lovely song.
Yes. So I had to call Kurt name first. So
Right.
it would be Kurt Allen, Crazy,
What's the
Posa,
name of the song I did from Crazy?
Cold Sweat. That is. Well, I do a few songs well from Crazy, but the most popular one was Cold Sweat because I won the cut of road trek. Yeah, a road trek. Yeah, a road trek. Yeah, a road trek explainer, Scrunter to Blackie, Chucky, Destra.
Wait.
Yeah, a few people well.
Don't worry, coming soon, right? You know that one hiding, right? Coming soon. When? Coming soon, that one hide.
So, Chris, is there...
Forget Nicole. After that.
Oh, yeah, me! You work for me! Yeah, but Chris, is there any artist? I know, oh my God, you have such a vast amount of, oh my gosh, little pins on your little, you know? Is there any artist that you would want to work with and or that you have not yet had the opportunity? Is there?
To be honest with you, I don't really I don't know how to put it. I just move on vibe, you know. I just love music. Music is part of who I am, and I don't know artists per se that I excited to work with anybody who come into this space that we could do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was happy that you welcomed me from my experience. Coming from a background of Parang.
Yeah, very
Coming
good
from a
singer.
background of Parang and Latin music, this was a challenge for me. And just like you said earlier with GQ, you know, and we asked like your inspiration. How do you really look to give something? And you're amazing because you're able to really bring somebody's voice to life, even though they are accustomed to another genre of music. And that's what I love about your writing, you know. So I must say kudos to that. Mm-hmm.
Yes, what?
I just try my best to go into the person here. Eh? Everybody have a style of singing. Every good singer have a characteristic in the way they sing a song.
Mm-hmm.
A stand. And to me, part of being a professional writer is to identify that even when the singer hear the song was sung so familiar to them, it must feel like it will feel like something they write.
You're right. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is so true.
Yeah, GQ, just coming back on that, as a producer, like with my experience with that groovy soca that Chris wrote, it was hard for me vocally. I mean, not to say that I cannot sing in the tune, but it's just the pronunciation from singing parang and doing a groovy soca. The producer had to work with me to sound more authentic, like a groovy soca. So my song is the wine you give me from the night before, and he was like, "It's not give me, Nicole, it's gimme." The dialect, you have to get it, you know. And how is that with you? Like, how is that with you? Like working with an artist like that, an artist that you could help, you know?
Yeah, well, I've done that a lot of times. To bring the character of the song, I've done what you just described. A couple of people because because of knowing so much music as a DJ, I know exactly how a song's supposed to sound. But again, also too, a lot of artists I work with are their own writer, so they will come with their own character, and I will just have to build the music to suit them.
Right.
You understand? Sometimes the challenge is when they come in to sing on a rhythm. Then sometimes you just have to let them, swing to suit the rhythm.
Yeah, and as you bring up that, do you think even though someone write a song for someone, do you think they should just follow that person? Why I ask that, because some people will write a song and say, "Sing it just as I write it," and it does not connect with the person who's singing it, and so.
I don't believe in that.
That's a good question.
Yeah, because
When Chris wrote the song for Diamond on the Ceasar rhythm, he sent it for us. He told us, he said, "GQ, you just make the song yours. Let her make her song, the song yours.
yes,
Don't try to copy exactly what he did." And that's how it's supposed to be, because just do a song for an artist. It have to be the artist's character to bring out the song. You can't sing the song exactly, But a lot of songwriters like that too. They because they sing the song, they wanted the song exactly how them sing it.
Yeah.
Them write it, sorry. They wrote the song. And I don't think that is the right way. I think it's let the artists be themselves.
yeah. Why I bring up I know lots of calypsonians. They can see they're struggling to sing just as this person. They don't have that voice. They don't have that key. Some people keys are different even though with the song, and they force it. Next thing I hear, they go, they're struggling even to pronounce some of the words. Now, but I could say that because it's very hard for me to sing people's song, because I could change anything, right? So, and this is something most artists should know, that even though someone writes you a song, you can tell that person flat, you have to make the song your own. Otherwise, don't take it. Don't take it, because that bring down the character, and they don't understand that.
Yeah, you see this thing that we're speaking about, I would like to get a different twist to it, as although I'm a songwriter, when Sheldon Nugget wrote the same song that got me started in singing in the Calypso 10
Yeah.
with Robin. Sheldon wrote the song about a friend of his own named Troy Roberts. So the melody was going like Troy Roberts could get damaged, well big like a basketball. But when I take the song, in my head, nobody will really know who is Troy Roberts. So I decided to change that whole concept into a Chinese monk And I say, Mr. Wong foot get damaged.
Right.
But when I actually went to perform in the tent now, I get a partner of mine who I must big up, named Marlon. He used to sing to under the tuberculosis Danger. Now Danger is such a good tailor that Danger never even measure me, and Danger end up making a karate outfit, the whole thing with the samurai hat and all kind of thing. From that when I go to perform in the tent and I change into the karate outfit and I singing about this Master Wong, I could have do all kind of antics as a karate man. There's no problem, man. So the point I'm making is, as the artist, you don't have to go with the full concept of what the writer.
Yeah.
Right, because at the end of the day, it's you go in and perform, and you have a certain you have your own image of what you going and do on stage.
Yes.
True. But
Yeah.
you have to think about the song. I agree.
Yeah, for the performance, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Nice.
yeah. So with GQ, do you have any song that you engineered or produced that you think is one of the biggest song that you did?
I think
He's reconnected.
Oh, no, GQ reconnecting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he come back here.
Oh,
Yeah, back inside. I moved from Wi-Fi to data.
you have to ask back the question.
yeah. GQ. Do you have like? Can you recall on any song that you think is the biggest song that you have produced outside there, in the soca, reggae, or any song that you do?
Well, actually, the biggest song is basically because it plays every year is Season It Dies by Bongo Sphere. And that was like early in my production. That the song is about 15 years old. And the story with that song is that he didn't really like, I mean, he's a Rasta, Bongo Sphere is a Rasta. We usually do reggae and things during the year. And he just made a joke and say, challenge us to say, I could do a soca. Sorry, I could do a soca parang. He said, yeah, you can do a soca parang. And he sang the song. And was myself and Kyle Peters who had produced it. And we decided to release it. And he started quarrel with us and say, hey, we can't release that song, boy. I think Rasta boy only have me sing a parang. We still released it. We went at that time we knew Daddy Scratch. I mean, just to know Daddy Scratch do very good. And Daddy Scratch took that song. Daddy Scratch is somebody that know everybody, like young and old. Yeah. And everybody had that respect for him, eh? Old DJ, young DJ. And Daddy Scratch took that song, and that song actually took us to the Cut Awards. We didn't win like Chris, but at least we won top 3.
No,
Nominated.
Song,
You're nominated.
yeah, the song was a big hit to me. It even reached Sweet 100 little jingle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that song, Season It.
Yeah.
He did very well for a Rasta not eating meat. But it song was really big to me.
Nominated for the Cut Award in itself. To
It's
me,
it's a major achievement. Yes, a major achievement.
Because in every category, it only have about 3 or 4 people for the category. So you're talking about in the whole country. Yeah,
Yeah, to be recognized like that on that level is really good.
Yeah.
Yes, no. So who influenced you, like growing up? Who influenced, like both of you? Anyone could start off saying, influence you as musicians and singer. Any one of you could start off here.
Well, I would start off by saying, I think that my music would have come from my father. My father was a family with Despals, but it was before I born.
Okay.
Because my mother didn't like the whole panting Because back in them days, my father would have been in the actual song at the steel band clash that Blake here, and then would have that Blake here sing the road. So Panmen was more noted as bad men in them times, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't fortunate to be around the music with my father, but because it was inside of me, when I was in my 20s, later 20s, when I took it up and for it, but I realized that it was natural.
Okay.
Yes.
And GQ, who influenced you with music now?
Well, like I said, when I was very young and running out, I didn't know I had this musical gift. My mother, I got the gift, I think, from my mother because she had a piano home.
Okay.
And that's how I learned keyboards and did music in school. I always liked DJing. And people I used to admire like Rennie B and Brian Regis, and DJing was the thing. But I used to see DJing as a hobby because it wasn't a challenge to mix and stuff like that. I kind of learned that really easy. Production, that was a challenge. And my brother is a great musician too. He's more into jazz. And I remember, well, he spent a lot of time in Canada. He lives back in Trinidad now. And I remember he came to visit and he came back with this keyboard and a computer. That was long before this revolution with how everybody now have their home studio thing. And he taught me initially how to produce, play keyboard and produce a song. And then he went back. And how I started back production again, boy. When I gave me computer days now. That's like around 2000 to 2001. I had my own computer at home. And I had this friend who liked to sing. He was a reggae. He liked reggae and thing. And he said, Jico, I just want to hear myself. I just want to hear myself, you know. So he'll come and he'll sing on instrumentals, Jamaican instrumentals, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we started recording. And then my brother, who was living in Canada at the time, introduced me to Fruity Loops. That was the name of it, is FL Studio now. And there we started to build, we own the thing, and I started to create. And so the influence, I think I had to say, came from my brother, you know, my bigger brother.
Okay. So what would you like? Yeah, what would you like to see in the industry, the calypso soca industry, or musical industry down in Trinidad and Tobago? What would you like to see? You know, like happening. How far would you like to see the music reach? We know it's reaching, but you don't really reach.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my passion is really to see the soca and calypso, of course, reach to the Grammys and stuff like that.
How you don't have that?
I want to see, especially calypso. I want the calypso to evolve from the juba juba, da 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 da,
right.
da da da. I want it, and I've got that passion even working with Impulse, because anytime I'm doing a calypso for Impulse is say, I don't want this slow kind of music, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And because I mean reggae music evolved and still maintain it, and I think this year, well, not to this year, 2022, this is what me and Chris decide to do, is to take the calypso to a different level, do a different kind of calypso.
Mm-hmm.
Because and one of these songs that prove it is the Kaisosa rhythm, because Buffy's song could be in the Mashka.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a calypso.
Yes.
Impulse song also could be in the man because it is a calypso. The melody and everything is a calypso, but the beat, you know, it's still different. Instead of just the juba juba kind of thing. Now we need to evolve from that, and that's what I would like to see.
Yeah, because most time the Mardi Gras, yes, it's nice, but sometimes you want to sleep because you need something up tempo, you know. You sit down there for so much hours, and sometimes and you know what? This is just like a little thing I started to learn from some of the people over here. You see too much noise. when you're singing, you sing. You don't scream. You don't make noise, because those big producers and those people who listen to music out there, let me say like VP Records and those things, they don't want to hear such a noise, They want to hear somebody sing and carry on. Now, when you're singing a song, they don't want to hear a book. They want to hear they want to hear some nice lyrics and a hook. They don't want to hear a book, you understand? Because some songs, like 15, 20, they don't want to hear that. Get to the point, So these are some of the things. I cannot study in the music thing, right? So this is so, because if you want to reach to the Grammy, listen to the songs that reach to the Grammy. You see, none long, but they have a good flow. It have a certain decibel, So if as long as they work on that, all these things the music will be there. Because people see soca music as fun. From the time you hear soca, you're ready to move. It doesn't matter, as long as you hear that fast music, you're ready to move.
Yeah. I agree. I'm glad that you touched, because some of the questions or some of the things that GQ even touched on was one of the questions that I really wanted to find out what to expect going forward. 2022, we know COVID took up last year, this year, but music will always live on. And I really, truly was happy to hear you express your vision, maintaining that vision, both you and Chris, in your profession. But Chris, also to an extension, this platform that you're the director, the whole visionary person that with this culture radio also that you have, but just your whole work and contribution to this culture in your way. I was happy to hear that what you guys still want to continue. And I know we not coming down yet, but it's nice to hear that side of GQ as well, saying what he likes outside of the studio, what he liked. COVID cannot bring everything into a close, but to hear the part of you, we like this, growing up we like this. I still like this as a sport. I still like this. So it was really, really nice to hear that side of you as well.
Okay.
Yes, so, and seeing that both of you so connected with what you are doing, it will be very nice if you all can create this is just my brain work, right? My brain child. If you could do even a soca with a piece of R&B in it. Think about that, right? Think about that's
my kind of thing, too.
Right, sir. You think about that and you'll see. But so just a little vision. Because I listen to the kind of music coming out from the studio, what you all producing, and there are many things I'm seeing, I listen through the music, and it's very unique. It's not like the same straight soca, same straight calypso. You're hearing something different in the music, which will last everlasting. So it's not like a one-stop thing. What have to change? What I think have to change. You see, it's at a competition. What keep back calypso and soca is the competition. Because after that season, nobody don't want to hear that anymore. But if they'll bring songs that could last everlastingly, like even look like Baron and Crazy and them. You see, they're singing songs, Sparrow, all of them, singing songs for so many years, and people just want to continue hearing it. The music have to get back into that zone, but a little modernized to what's happening right now.
Yes. I agree. Totally.
Because when you think about the road march, after Carnival Tuesday, most of the road marches like it,
Yeah, because you want to nobody want to feel so tired again. You're tired for the whole. Now people, you're going in a different zone now, So you make the music in a way that could float right through the year.
Yeah.
And then you can't come and sing a long book, because that's the long calypso now. You have to be versatile in what you're doing. You could sing one long or sing a short one that you could carry outside. Yeah. So so just some.
But the soca music, I like the direction is soca music going.
Yes.
Calypso neat, but soca and those guys from the islands doing a fantastic job. People like Moto and the Red Boys, and I mean, yeah, they're giving the Trinis and them some good competition now, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
because they ain't taking too much time anymore. They only want to hear noise.
yeah,
They're tired with noise.
yeah. So the soca heading in a nice direction. I just would like to really see the calypso swing a little, you know.
Yes.
And again, it's nice to work with somebody like Chris, who know all them calypsonian. I talk about Daddy Scratch, Chris. I know between Chris and Daddy Scratch. Yeah. No, I think that's good. I now realize Daddy Scratch know all the DJs and Chris know all the artists. Yeah, all the especially calypsonian, all the big names and things. So
Yeah, next thing. Yeah.
Plug it too because the ones so I don't know that the scratch just know them and send them to me.
You see what I mean?
Also with the also with the calypso. If you want a calypso to reach international, you cannot sing on Trinidad and Tobago. You have to sing a world song that will be out there. Because when you sing, you come and you sing about the government and you sing about them and the fight. Who care about that after that night? Nobody will hear about that. You can go outside with that. You need to sing some.
That is so true.
That is true because
coming along, everybody said something that it is so true, relevant to know, and based on that, what Chris and GQ said, even you princesses, bearing in mind all the little good and bad, right? What are the do you have any advice that you'll give to young upcoming artists or people wanted to venture in your steps or producing or singing or songwriting, like yourselves? Like, what would you advise them based on your experience, out here, back then and now,
Well, I could probably start off with that. What I just tell people who want to get into the industry is, I think, and this might sound crazy, but I think the industry does call you. It is more than, I doesn't want to believe it's you want to be a singer, you want to be a producer, but it's more a calling that you have to be a singer, you have to be a producer. So when all the frustration come that does make other people drop out, you cannot drop out because you can't get the music out of your head. The music always there in your head, banging like a drum. That is why Shadow song with the bass man, I was feeling to forget Calypso and go and plan Peace in Tobago. I just relate to that song. To me, if they really check Shadow music, Shadow is one of the greatest composers ever.
yes,
Come out of Trinidad and Tobago.
yeah,
Because people who has been called and chosen for this cannot leave. Anybody who could leave, because they were not chosen for this. They were not, you know what I mean? They like it. But but the worst banker anybody could get is a music banker. Because it's going on in your head. You know what I mean? And
that's a true thing.
I tell it, what a woman will feel for a man or a man will feel for a woman cannot compare with what a musician does feel. That's why music have a way that sends some people mad, that makes some people, because it don't leave you. Anywhere you go, it's in your head.
Yeah.
that's the bass
Other
man.
people, and then when you hear other people music playing, and sometimes that and all depressing you. You by yourself, you're still depressed. It's only a real musician who understand that.
But that's true. That's so true. When you get this calling, if you really don't have that stamina, or you don't have that zeal, that will, it will really, that's suicidal.
Yeah, anybody who could walk away from music is because it was not for them.
Right.
Correct.
Because there are people who will live to age 90 trying. They might have never make it, but they never stop.
Yeah.
Because it cannot stop. It calling them all the time.
Yes.
And that's why for me, monetary gain is not my number one goal for music.
Right.
When I doing music, I'd be happy, and that is the biggest thing about the music for me. And I thank God that it give me a living. That is what others do as a living. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the actual thing right is, music is something. When you have a passion for anything,
Yeah.
when you're doing it, you're just happy, and that should be enough for you to do it.
Right.
You have to really understand the spiritual high in this.
Yeah.
When you're doing something and you're really, really happy at it, somehow God has opened doors that
Yeah.
you're going to be able to get, you're going to be able to eat,
Yep.
and at least basically survive. You know?
Yes. Yeah. What I've noticed, some people don't do things because they have a passion for it. They do it like,
Yeah.
if that one could do it, I could do it too. And they never study why the person is
Yeah,
so
them is
successful.
who running-
That's true.
Yeah, them are the ones who wasn't called. Them see a next person calling and
Yeah,
the wrong
yeah.
line.
The next person doing good is all about the money.
Yeah.
Fame and fortune. They want to be on TV, Instagram.
That's right.
Yes.
But they
Yeah.
fall just as hard as they come in, just as fast.
Yes, and what happened to some people wanting so hurry? Remember when we all born, we all creep before we walk. We never started walking. So the when you take time to do things the correct way, you will reach where you're going. You know, so it's not about the competition, it's what you want to achieve and what you have passion for. This is how I see it.
That's right. Passion does make it 15 hours.
Yes.
See, when you're passionate, time to fly.
Yes. Yeah.
If you're not passionate, it does look hard. Time does drag. If you're in a studio, when you're in a studio, long before I ever had a studio on my own, but the happiest place I used to be is in a studio. When I'm in a studio, I do will pass like it was an hour.
Yep.
You know? And I remember many times when I used to be in a part of Trinidad called St. James in a studio before I even dream of making money off of music. We sometimes whole night, I reach in the studio 5 o'clock and it's like 7:30, 8 o'clock next morning I go in and I didn't have no sleep. You know, plenty beers drinking, beers and fast food like burger and things while we vibing on music and a lot of laughter. And for me, I was in heaven.
Right.
Now,
Because right when you love it.
of course. So now, but both of you working so tight with the studio, music, writer, and everything. I'm just putting out a challenge. You know, most time we have so many great calypsonians and soca artists from yesteryear, because listening to your program, Chris, on our culture, our vibes, TT, right? I have been listening to calypsonians I never knew before, and when I hear the kind of song that they produce, that's out there, you know, they really need some awards, and it would be nice if you all could put something together and let each of these calypsonians sing, you know, sing a part, you know, like like a medley. Everybody sing their part.
Like
They had it
for Africa now.
right.
Time.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it would be nice if you all do a rhythm and let, you know, to showcase the type of voice they have, because you know when you listen to the Mighty Sparrow, you hear Baron, you hear Valentino with his smooth, different voice. You know, like all these people.
Yes. Yeah, man,
If
that's a nice idea.
If this could happen before, you know, people like to do some crocodile tears when people gone. So if this could be done before that happened, because most people left us and they never really get to showcase anything. People just forget them. Yeah. So it would be nice if both of you could come up with something, you know.
Well, Trinidad is a classic with that, you know. Trinidad have a way. that when all the time the Calypsonian are lying, then young people and them don't study them. When they did, they play the music all day on that very, on the, if it's the day or the next day.
Exactly.
And by the time that passed, that's like, yeah.
It's like Calypsonian Hugh. Okay. Oh my God.
That is so unfortunate.
That's very unfortunate. We're laughing about it, but it's very unfortunate, and it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
So,
know,
Princess, you want to do that little challenge, little thing we said we have asked them, one or two little things?
Once I do have to sing.
No, it's not a thing. It's just that I don't know if she has another question.
No, just that.
GQ, I could sing for you, but it's a parang song, in Spanish.
Okay. Yes, I know. What I don't have to sing is alright. That's fine. Everything that was it. What I don't have to sing.
Because I don't know if Princess had another question, and we just wanted to go into before we close. I don't know how long again. And,
we'll be closing very soon.
Yeah. And,
you could go ahead. It's more like if you have to choose another country to live, where would you like to live?
it's like a light little thing we want to have fun with you guys with, just break the little.
I know it's a very tricky question, but
If you could live anywhere, Chris or GQ, it's just fun questions. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? If you could.
Well, I can answer fast. I'll want to be in Canada, so I could line with Nicole and Princess.
I know GQ, you know why Chris said that? You know why Chris said that? Because he wants to come for some sweet bread.
Okay. Now I'm a great sweet bread lover too, eh?
Princess could bake, and she has shown this golden sweet bread, and Chris just want to be cool. Now he don't have to get it FedEx. He could go and pick it up.
Well, after knowing that, the place I would like to be, other than Trinidad, is also Canada, because Princess and sweet bread. I am a sweet bread lover too. And then again, Chris will be singing, I am, oh gosh, better still. Yeah.
Chris, you always smiling, you always laughing, and it's lovely to hear. It's lovely to hear GQ's voice, because sometimes you could hear somebody's voice and you just smile, even though you're not seeing it. Right? So, Chris, you don't ever get vexed, like angry or anything. Nothing don't make you angry, because you always smile. I never know when Chris on a bad day or not, because he always good. He always happy. Nothing don't make you upset.
Well, the music is what has helped with that.
Exactly.
Because they can say when you have the music that brings a certain level of passion, that even when things, like for instance, I'm glad you asked that. One of the things, yes, I does get vexed time to time. It will last long though. It will be something that will come on. But one of the things I don't ever feel is lonely, even when I'm by myself.
Nice.
I probably like a madman, being a composer. I always have something going on in my head. I always feel like I'm in a crowd of people, even though when I'm by myself.
Well, you will definitely be a good neighbor to Princess, because she always smiling. Nothing do but a Princess, even if Princess, I don't hear it.
No, well, vex. My son called me the 3-second vex lady. He said he never see something about that right now, and they forget it, like if it was never there. That's how I am. I don't have time to waste my time. You're wasting your time. Yeah, I don't have time to waste.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Princess, I know you wanted to ask something about a hero. Do you want to ask? You could ask.
Okay.
Okay, so do you have like, okay, if you had to change anything about yourself, if you have to, what would it be?
That's for GQ or me.
Both of you.
Answers are very interesting, both of you. I never expected you all to want to live in Canada one time. So